Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got a ton of source material you sent over, all focused on speeding up language learning, specifically getting to practical English fluency fast. So today, we're digging in to pull out the absolute best, most actionable stuff, the goal, helping you shift from just studying English to actually, using it confidently every day.
That's right. We've been looking at excerpts from a language guide that's, well, less about textbooks and more about weaving English into your actual life. It's really about building confidence. Our mission, as we saw it, was finding those shortcuts, those practical habits that make English feel less like a subject and more like a tool you just use.
And what really struck me first was this core idea. It's not about memorizing endless lists, is it?
Not at all. That's the big philosophical shift the source material emphasizes right away. Fluency isn't perfection, it's communication. It's about getting away from just cramming vocabulary and actually using the language, integrating it.
Which feels like a huge weight off, honestly. That pressure for perfection is paralyzing for so many people.
Absolutely. The sources point out that when learning feels like a chore, like homework, you burn out. Your brain resists. That's why this theme kept popping up. Fun learning equals long-term learning. It has to become part of your routine, something functional. When it's useful, it sticks.
Okay, functional integration. I like that.
Yeah.
So how do we start? The material gives us a couple of first steps, right? Focus on immersion and practicing by yourself.
Exactly. Getting your feet wet without the pressure. And the
Yeah.
first one is maybe a bit different.
Tip 1, start your morning in English. Simple concept. Basically just narrate what you're doing as you start your day, like a little internal monologue, but out loud maybe, just in your head.
Yeah, either works. The key thing is what it does to your brain. It forces a switch. See, most learners think in their native language first, then translate, I need coffee, becomes the English equivalent. This technique makes you try to skip that step. You wake up and bam, your first task is thinking the English thought directly, like, okay, I need coffee.
Training yourself to think in English from the get-go. And the examples given are so everyday practical. I'm brushing my teeth, I'm making breakfast, I'm getting ready for work. Not complex stuff.
No, and that's the point. High utility, low stress sentences. You're aiming for automaticity. Like when you grab milk from the fridge, you don't translate the thought, I need milk, you just think it. This makes English that first language your brain deals with each day.
Which leads us nicely into the second tip. Talk to yourself. Okay, this one sounds a bit weird on the surface.
Yeah, it can feel strange at first.
But the guide calls it powerful for building confidence. Why?
Because it's the ultimate safe space for practice. Speaking isn't just words, it's muscle memory in your mouth. It's stringing thoughts together in English order. When you talk to yourself, there's zero judgment, mistakes. Who cares? Stumbling over words doesn't matter. You're just building those pathways in a totally low-stakes way.
So all that internal chatter we have anyway, you're just turning it into practice time.
Exactly. The source gives examples like standing in front of your closet. What should I wear today? Or maybe, looks sunny outside. Or, I think I'll take the bus. You're using real sentence structures, connectors, questions, the stuff that actually makes up fluency, not just isolated words. It gets you used to the sound of English coming out of your own mouth.
Right, so internal practice is sorted, but then we need to sound, natural, not robotic. How do we work on that?
Okay, yeah. Moving from just knowing the words to actually sounding fluid. This brings us to tip 3. Listen and repeat.
So find short English clips, maybe a bit of a podcast or a news segment, and mimic it.
Yes, but here's the crucial detail the source highlights. It's not just repeating the words, it's mimicking everything. The tone, the speed, the emotion.
Okay, so if the person sounds happy, I try to sound happy. If they pause, I pause.
Exactly. You're training your ear to catch the rhythm, the intonation, the music of English, and you're training your mouth, literally the muscles, to make those specific sounds.
So if I hear someone say, how's it going? Oh, I need to copy that upward lilt on going, the melody of it.
Precisely. You're matching the melody. That's how you start to, as the guide puts it, sound fluent like a local speaker. It bridges the gap between knowing English and sounding like you speak English naturally.
That sounds intensive, though. Really focusing like that.
It can be, which is why there's another related tip, sort of a counterpoint. Tip 5, make English fun.
Back to the fun learning idea.
Right. This links listening directly to things you actually enjoy. Watch your favorite TV shows in English, follow YouTubers you like, listen to music.
But what if I only catch, like, half of it? Do we need to stop and look up every word? That sounds exhausting.
No, and the guide is really clear here. It says, quote, "Don't worry about understanding everything, just enjoy it." That's key. If you're constantly pausing, stressing about words you miss, it becomes that chore again, right? You'll just stop. This way, you're just absorbing the flow, the context, the general sound of it without the pressure. It's like passive learning.
Okay, so we have thinking in English, talking to ourselves, mimicking native sound, and just enjoying immersion. What holds it all together?
Consistency. Always consistency. And that brings us to tip 4, learn small every day.
This tackles that common problem of trying to cram too much, doesn't it?
Exactly. People try to learn, say, 20 words in one go, feel overwhelmed, take a few days off, and forget most of it. The source contrasts that with a high-frequency approach.
That binge and forget cycle is so real. You feel productive for an hour, then nothing sticks.
Because our brains don't work like that. Connections are built through regular repetition, not intense bursts. So the recommendation is simple. Focus on just 3 useful sentences a day.
Sentences, not just words. Why 3?
It's manageable. Psychologically, it feels easy. 3 sentences. Anyone can find time for that. It guarantees you hit that daily target. And think about it. 3 useful sentences daily adds up fast. That's 90 new, ready-to-use phrases in a month. Small steps every day really do lead to big results in a few months, as the guide says. Consistency beats intensity every time.
And the examples they give are super practical things you'd actually say. Like, can you help me with this? Or, I really appreciate it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, high-frequency stuff, conversational glue. And there's another layer to this consistency piece, a psychological one. The guide has this practice time section.
Right, I saw that with motivational sentences.
Yes, things like, I'm getting better every day. English is part of my life. I can speak with confidence. You're meant to repeat these daily, too, for 5 days or so. It's not about grammar. It's about building that internal belief. Often, the block isn't just language skill, it's confidence.
That makes sense. You need to believe you can do it.
Precisely. Saying those things out loud reinforces the commitment. It helps frame English as part of who you are, not just some hard thing you have to study. It builds that positive feedback loop.
Okay, so wrapping all these tips together, the main message seems to be, forget cramming, forget perfection. Focus on small, consistent daily use. Make it part of your life.
That's the core of it. It's about shifting from learning a language to living in it, even in small ways. Narrate your morning, talk to yourself, mimic speakers, learn a few key sentences, enjoy some English media. It removes the wall between study time and life. English becomes functional, and when it's functional, it becomes, well, permanent.
Right. So if the whole point is that this English journey never stops, as the source material puts it, we need to keep that consistency going. Let's leave you with a final thought, something to really push that daily application. Yeah, we've covered the 5 tips from the guide, but what's one more thing, one specific commitment you'll make, maybe something a little challenging that you'll say out loud to someone else in English every single day? It doesn't have to be huge, but something concrete to guarantee you're using the language publicly, consistently. What will that one daily spoken commitment be?